Sports. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
To Marvin Jones.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
On 2nd and very short, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And now it's 3rd down.
Now 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Jackson.
2-yard line.
And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 12.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The tackle made by...
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
6-yard line.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
They're on 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
They had enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They go play action with Jackson. Gets it off to Freeman. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this 1st quarter.
Good job, baby. Way to hold on to it.
6-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Eagles 6, Steelers nothing.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Miles Sanders, the ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Brought down right.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. His throw incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He's going to launch it for Washington and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And that one off the mark. A little late with a throw. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And not a whole lot doing there as they'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there.
At the 28-yard line.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Eagle 1st down.
On 1st down, Sanders. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Looking deep for his tight end, Hurts. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
Philadelphia.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
1-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
A give running left, it's Sanders. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ebron with it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
At the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Tyree Jackson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Rosa set to kick off.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll go again with Sanders. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Miles Sanders.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Trey Flowers. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Switzer. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Their own 49-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
He's going to launch it for Washington, and that is incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Flush to his right. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again.
Point conversion.
Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
.30-yard line, 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Hurts. This ball complete to Rager.
Hurts pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
A gain of 6 yards.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Switzer on the return. Dances by him. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He was tackled at the
no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
49-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
13.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Brought down back.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. They go play action now. Jackson. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. They'll try and run with Freeman. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Steelers 21.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
29-yard line.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 46 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles.
Complete to number 80.
Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown on the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Jake Elliott.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
A 53-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the fourth.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
The tackle made.
This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
He's going to let it fly. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 39 yards. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Steelers 28, Eagles.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a man open down the middle of of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Eagles.
So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down. He's back to throw. Hauled in over the middle by Rager. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Running right, here's Sanders. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
By Jake Ryan.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 44-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
One last last shot for Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You know, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for the Eagles, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again.